I'm not letting you. Hey, that's what Nate likes to do now.
I was going to.
He likes to start every episode with, hey, guys.
Hey, everybody.
God. But anyways.
Juan hates it.
Yeah, I started it this time. You get an abrupt start with me.
Dude, like, whenever Diego gave us the go-ahead, I was, like, about to exhale.
Yeah, I know. I heard you. No, the thing is he would be like, all right, a little behind the scenes. He'll go like, all right, local recording starting in 3. You know, like
that's
Freddie
exactly
from
how
my
he sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does that. And then, so right at like the 2 mark, I heard Nate audibly inhale. I was like, he's
going for it.
He's gonna yell,
we didn't preface because typically we'll be like, okay, Juan, do you want to intro it? And
this
then
is
he'll be
all
like,
improv.
No, yeah, this is completely all improv.
We never come with anything prepared ever.
This
100%.
is a big episode.
Yeah, we have GoPros on our heads, and
we're filming each other.
Yeah, we are doing this is the first person episode.
Yeah, which is gonna be y'all won't be able to see it if you're just on
internet,
YouTube.
Honestly.
It's a Patreon.
It's actually a
thing.
VR. It's a VR experience.
But you can only use Nintendo
Dude,
Labo.
We're giving away way too much information.
Yeah. That's right. That's what I'm
Just
sorry.
know we have something prepared for you guys.
Just know we have something big coming your way.
But anyways, what were you saying, young man?
I completely forgot what I was saying.
Doesn't matter.
But welcome back to Juan Talks, I Laugh, the show where Juan talks and then I laugh.
Nathaniel Clinton laughs.
Somebody.
What episode is this, real quick?
This is episode 10.
Is it 10?
Yes, the big double digits. That's why. Oh, that's what I was saying.
Oh,
that it's a special episode because
talk about your friend. Who cares about the podcast?
Who cares that it's episode 10?
I want to hear what you have to say.
But yesterday she was she was like, hey, what's it called? I want to listen to it.
How old is she?
She's 20.
Okay, good. Sorry.
I wasn't catching a case.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna catch another case.
Anyways,
but she was like, what's your podcast called? And so I told her, and then maybe like 20 minutes later, because that's back when we did hour-long episodes. Back years ago.
Weekly. We do on a week, so 10 weeks.
10 weeks ago. But yeah, she was like, you don't talk a whole lot.
No, that was the first episode.
Yeah,
I realized that I did not. Well, I did not shut up.
I told her
first episode.
When she was like, oh, what episode should I listen to? I told her, I was like, oh, maybe listen to like episode 6, because that's like, I was like, that's a solid one.
Is that the Keanu Reeves one?
No,
that's the thumbnail?
That's 4.
Oh, what's 6?
6 is when you had your little breakdown at the end.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. Anyways, yeah. So she was talking about.
Yeah, she was like, you don't talk a whole lot, and I was like, well, I mean, that was the first episode. It's kind of just.
I was really nervous.
Yeah, I was just.
It was hot and.
Yeah, and Juan had a muscle shirt on, so I really wasn't focusing on.
Hotter.
Yeah.
Everything was set up for you to.
Juan runs hot, so.
I'm like an oven.
Yeah, but dude, how you been?
Pretty good. My week started off the worst absolute possible way though.
What happened?
So I was, oh, thank God. I was like, oh, please ask. Oh my gosh. If not, then I would have just been like, yeah, that was it.
You would have moved on.
Yeah, I would have been like, anyways, something else. So, I was working, right?
Yeah.
I was working at
Cheddar's.
Jack, you can put whatever restaurant you want there later, because I'm not gonna tell people
whatever restaurant you think you.
Yeah, you can fill that in anyway. But either way, I was working at
Cheddar's.
I was doing drive-through. And then whenever we do drive-through, you can see what car is on the way or whatever. And I see this like dingy little musty like it's white and it's like bent and it looks like it's on empty even though he just filled.
On empty.
But I was like, what is that? Like who would drive that white? And I was like, oh, it looks familiar though. And then I click on the order obviously. And I hear a very familiar voice. I was like, oh. And then Nate ordered through the drive-thru.
I did, and that was just Juan hates me. But yeah, I pulled up and I heard, "Hey, welcome to Cheddar's. How may I take your order?" He was like, "This is Juan. How may I take your order?" And I was like, "No way."
Yeah.
I got so excited so quickly,
mm-hmm.
and so I just did my order, and then he went, "Can I get a name for the order?" And I was like, Nate. And then Juan stopped talking. Like I could still hear that the mic was on, but it was just and it was like you were like, your total will be at the window.
No, I know. I remember what I said. You're hearing the wrong part of this story.
What?
Whenever he said that, he said, "Yeah, my name's Nate," and of course I recognized the car, and I was like, "Figures."
Oh yeah,
And
that's
then-
right.
and
You
then I
did say
sent
that.
I sent your dumbass to the window. You know what's funny is that actually, you said, "Hey," and I recognize your voice, and I know what your car looks like.
Yeah.
So it's like, "Oh, that's Nate or whatever." Like, and I heard it, and then I actually said, "Shut up," with the mic on, and then like when you kept talking through it, I was like, Was that Nate?
Was-
I got really nervous actually, and I was like, "Oh, they didn't hear me say shut up, so I'm good either way."
Dude.
And then you said the Nate thing, and I was like, "Well, now I gotta say something."
Figures. That's what
Figures.
killed me. I didn't hear you say shut up. I wish I did. But I got
It
to
was kind of low. No, I did say it. That's why I was so scared
Dude.
because I definitely said because I think I was like, "What can I get for you?" And you're like, or something like that. And I was like, "Shut up," because I recognize your voice.
I didn't hear that.
Either way, I'm glad you didn't. Because
But
either way,
I pulled up to the window, and I hope you know I had a bit ready to go.
oh really?
I did,
In
and
case-
you were
in case
hiding
of
from
one.
me because I was like, okay, he was the one that took my order, so he must be the one that gives me my food.
Oh no, that's not how it works. They have separate people for that.
I didn't know that.
Super staffed up, so.
But you were
it's not
definitely
Mickey
like
D's.
in a corner hiding from me.
I was doing drinks.
Okay.
Kind of cool, huh? How that
It
works.
was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was doing drinks. I had to be there.
But yeah, I've noticed that. Okay, so like in public, if I see somebody that I know, I will actively avoid that person.
Yeah, even if you know them, right?
Yeah, even
Okay, I know what you mean though.
yeah, but for
Like-
some reason, like if you were anybody else, I would have been like, no, thank you, and I would have drove away. But because it was you, I was like, all right,
I'll play.
I'll
with
play
this
your
guy.
game.
What was your bit ready?
I completely forgot, but it was gonna
That's
be a
fair
good
enough.
one.
It was Monday.
Yeah.
But the also thing that tipped me off was the large Dr. Pepper.
Oh, and you were like,
I
yeah,
was like, this little nasty.
this little nasty boy.
But yeah, that's how my week started, and
So really, it's all downhill from here,
yeah. I mean, that's how it started. Oh yeah, we're recording this on Tuesday.
which is weird.
Yeah, we usually record it on like on a weekend.
On a
'cause,
Saturday.
I don't know, it's comfortable.
Mhm.
But either way, yeah, that's a little new.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice though. It's
was
weird
nice.
because we just did it, so
Mhm.
it's like, oh, I wonder.
What do we have to talk about?
That too. It was
Yeah.
like Sunday
Yeah.
and Monday. What
It-
did you do Sunday? Didn't you? I thought you went and did something. Watched a movie or something.
Did I do something on Sunday? I'm trying to think. Oh, I don't think I did anything on Sunday.
Either way, but Monday you just went out straight up to work, or like after.
Yeah. after I went to Redacted.
Is that your usual spot to go?
No, actually, I go there very rarely. Actually,
You know what's weird about you though is that no matter where you go, you get the same exact thing.
Oh yeah,
so
most
it's like,
definitely.
why do you have to go anywhere but the same place? I mean, does it taste well? For people who don't know, Nate, his go-to order is just a bacon, egg, and cheese
Anything.
biscuit, bagel, taco, and then the drink.
Yeah,
Like
anywhere.
that's literally what he gets any morning. Like
Yeah,
whenever we would go when we go to school together. Yeah,
Yeah,
you'd
that
always
was-
have that every morning.
always. It's my brand. But yeah, some places it does taste different, because I'm a creature of habit.
Of course.
So I'll like go to the same place.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
My favorite is probably Whataburger.
Really?
Yeah, because I like their taquitos a lot.
Oh, you get taquitos there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't get the. Oh, wow, they strayed you
No.
away from your
Yeah.
usual order.
I
in
get the
order to-
I get a bacon egg and cheese taquito with extra cheese.
Are you a breakfast guy?
Yes.
Breakfast at like night kind of guy though.
I
Do you know
only
how some people kind of
yeah.
they kind of want to eat breakfast for dinner.
I don't like breakfast for dinner, but like I'll go to Whataburger super late and get a taquito or breakfast on a bun.
Taquito? You know what's funny? I've never seen you get a taquito when we go to Whataburger. We were talking about not Taco Bell. Whoops.
Well, that's because whenever we go, it's not late enough.
Oh, there's like a
Yeah,
certain period
you
in the
can-
night where
you-
you only get taquitos. Oh,
You can
like-
only get it at 11.
Oh,
11 to
really?
11, yeah.
Oh, so that's what you get when you go
Mhm.
there. Oh no, I always get like something to eat.
Dude, there was one time I was with some friends and it was like 10:54, and I was like,
Can we wait?
yeah.
6.
Oh, I went up and I was like, I know it's like
Stall
six-
for me.
We can't go in yet.
You just tell your friends to take really long with
Yeah.
your orders.
But yeah, I was like, can I get a taquito? And then the girl looked me dead in the eye and went, "Do you think it's 11?"
Bro.
And I was like, I mean,
I thought it was.
I thought it was
That's
11.
why, you got me.
You got me. It wasn't.
You just kind of sit back until
Yeah.
it's 11.
Yeah. But yeah, dude. So something I wanted to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Comic-Con happened
Yes.
this last week.
Did it really?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I have not been keeping up
Yeah.
with anything.
Well,
I've just
dude,
been a
I
hermit.
I wasn't keeping up with too much until Saturday afternoon. Pretty much right after I left, hanging out here, was when Marvel had they have you know how they have panels at Comic-Con.
Yes.
So Hall H is like the big huge one.
What is Hall H?
Hall H is like
The
where
big huge one.
It's the big huge one.
I'm playing.
It's where all of like the major companies will go to hold
it's
their
like
panels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so like since Endgame came out and Phase 3 is done, everybody was like, "Ooh, what's Marvel gonna do at Hall H?"
Yeah.
And it was so big that like companies started to pull their Hall H presentations. Like Universal Studios wasn't there because they knew
Whoa.
whatever they had wouldn't have been beaten by wouldn't have beat Marvel.
What was announced? I actually have no clue.
So they announced, I think they pretty much announced all of Phase 4, all of like their next couple of movies. And so I think it's I want to say it's Thor. They announced Thor,
Okay.
the Eternals, which I have no idea what that is, but I'm excited.
Okay.
They announced the Black Widow movie, Doctor Strange, and then the big Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and then
Black Widow.
the big one. Yeah, it's gonna be like a prequel.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Oh,
But
okay.
the big one was the one that I was most excited for was Blade,
Blade.
the Blade movie.
The Blade movie. Wait, MCU Blade.
Yeah,
movie?
MCU Blade,
Oh.
starring Mahershala Ali.
Who's Mahershala Ali?
Have you ever seen the movie Moonlight?
Yeah, I have seen the movie Moonlight.
I think
It's
he's
a good ass. It's a real good movie.
It's such a good movie. I think he's the grown up guy in that movie. He won an Oscar for it.
Oh, the grown up.
For some
Blue
reason, I'm-
is his name.
Yeah.
His nickname. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
blanking on his character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they called him Black or
Mhm.
Blacky.
He's
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
gonna play Blade, which I'm so
What?
hyped for.
He's a wonderful.
He's such a good actor. Oh, and they
What?
also, yeah, and they
I don't know
also
much about
announced-
Blade. You like comic books, right?
Mhm.
Are you like you're into the like like
I
your
know.
stuff,
I'd,
right?
I'd say I know some stuff.
Well,
Oh, do you want to
finish your
explain?
thing.
What,
No.
oh,
Finish your thing, and then I want to hear what Blade is.
They
'cause I actually don't
also
know.
they also announced a lot of their Disney Plus shows because you know how that whole streaming service is.
Oh yeah,
going.
what is gonna be on Disney?
So
Plus?
they're gonna have Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
What? They have a show?
Yeah, it's gonna be so sick. And then they have
What the?
WandaVision, which I don't know if it's just gonna be Scarlet Witch and Vision, or if because they brought the guy that plays Vision out.
So here's a question though.
Mhm.
So you know how the like TV show, there's always a drop in quality.
Yeah,
If this is backed up by Marvel, not just like Marvel for like
Yeah.
Luke Cage and stuff. Is it gonna have like really great?
I
What do you
think-
think?
I feel like they're going about this differently than they
Yeah.
did with the Daredevil and Luke Cage.
Okay, because I remember. I mean, even the Flash, there's a drop off,
Yeah.
and like, it just
Mhm.
who's funding this to not get good?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I
Either
mean,
way.
they haven't even like acknowledged the TV shows in the movies. Like it's really just the other way around. Like they'll just
Yeah.
acknowledge the movies and the TV shows. But I think it's gonna be different with this because it's all Disney and Marvel.
Yeah,
like,
them
going into it.
colliding or whatever.
Yeah. So then that was announced, and then Loki has his own show, and then
That's gonna be cool.
Hawkeye's getting his own show, and then they have
Jeez,
yeah.
what?
Everyone gets
No wonder everybody opted out.
Yeah.
They're like y'all don't even want to listen to
bro.
what we're gonna have to say.
Imagine like a little like third party like production company showing up, be like, "We're making this new movie."
Hey, we're making
Hey.
Sunflower too. Yay.
We're yeah, and then Marvel just comes out.
Yeah, just guns blazing.
Yeah, and then
Thor, Blade,
everything. We
Jesus.
have Mahershala Ali, Natalie Portman, Kumail Nanjiani.
We own them now.
Yeah, probably, dude.
Yeah,
But
contracted.
and then the last thing that they announced, I promise, is called What If,
what is it?
it's gonna be like a little.
Unless.
It's
dot,
unless it's gonna be a little animated series. And Marvel had this series of comics back in the day called What If, and it would just be like.
Huh.
It would take like big storylines and be like, well, what if this happened? And it'd be like there was one. It was like, what if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four?
Oh, I feel like I
Mhm.
vaguely remember
Yeah.
the What If comic line.
Yeah,
Because I remember seeing one that was weird like that. And I
Yeah.
was like, why are they just smashing two
yeah. Because
comic books together?
in Spider-Man's first
Together.
his first issue, his like title issue, not the Amazing Fantasy.
Yes.
He went and tried to join the Fantastic Four.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah,
that's
and he
kind
was
of cute.
for a job, and the
For
only
a
reason,
job.
the only reason he didn't was
I'm broke.
because he couldn't get paid.
I mean, he has to pay
Like
that rent.
they
dude.
wouldn't pay him.
That's the thing. When the people don't know you're a superhero, you can't just start a Patreon. And
Right?
just bank
Yeah.
on the money. I mean,
I would have
if they-
immediately been like,
yeah,
yo,
Tony
support
Stark, just
Spider-Man.
a Patreon for Tony Stark. Come on, dude. That would have
Yeah.
killer. But
So-
what if, right?
I know, what if he did? So Blade,
Yeah.
what do you know about? Have you seen the movies? Because he's had
No,
movies
I haven't even.
before.
I remember the Wesley Snipes one, but I never watched
Really?
it.
So Blade is like, he's a vampire hunter, but he's like half human, half vampire. So
So his name's Blade.
his name's Blade, and he has like all of the strengths of a vampire, but none of the weaknesses. So
So he can be out in sunlight.
yeah, they call him Daywalker.
Why are there other vampires in his universe that are not daywalkers?
Yeah, they die if they go in sunlight.
That's not fair.
That's not fair to other vampires.
But either
Why is
way.
he special? Yeah, that's just pretty much it, and I'm super excited for it.
Did you
I think
hear
it's gonna
about
be
that
good.
though? I saw this actually on a post recently. In the original Blade, the producer and Wesley Snipes always had not the producer, the producers like
Mhm.
S, just like always had like just tension and beef.
Really?
Just something, yeah. It was always something, and like at one
Dude.
point he actually refused to open his eyes, like just for a scene, and then they CGI'd his eyes.
Oh,
And
I
it
didn't know
looks-
that.
And it looks horrible. It
Is that what
dated-
that is?
Yeah, it dated horribly. It did not go well.
I
at
haven't seen those
all.
movies in so long.
Yeah, like if you watch it back, you'll see like the angle's incorrect. It's totally just painted over, and it was just because they thought it'd be easier to like to
just
make
not
a
have
little,
to
like,
deal with
animated-
Wesley Snipes.
Exactly. Just add a GIF.
Oh my gosh, that
But,
makes me
uh,
upset.
But yeah, no, I don't know much about it. But I mean, when it's officially funded, it usually,
Yeah,
like when Sony gave rights up for Spider-Man, like, hey,
finally.
do you have any like interesting like comic things that like things that were like one of your favorite like I guess books? Because like I know that they become really weird and interesting, like the arcs that develop.
let's
And
see.
I know that when you're more into it, you have more media to look over,
Yeah.
so you can see more of it.
I'd say I think my favorite book that
Maybe
I've
like
read.
an off series and all that. Like if it was like Spider-Man, like what if you said if
Oh,
you wanted to
yeah.
use the what if one, like stuff like that. Like what is your
I think my favorite one is I don't remember the actual like title issue, but the book is called The Death of the Stacys.
Hmm.
And so in the 70s,
Sounds like a play.
yeah, I know, right? So in the 70s,
Heather ripoff. Heather's ripoff.
we love Heathers.
Anyway.
But anyways, so Death of the Stacys. So like in the 70s, Spider-Man was like Peter Parker was growing up pretty much, and he was like in college and dating other people, and the book pretty much tells the story of how Gwen Stacy dies.
Well, yeah.
Like
he
the
snapped
title
her
says.
neck, yeah.
Yeah, and so, but the significance about it, and I mean, one, it's just it's a phenomenally written series of
It's a
series of books.
masterpiece.
Yeah, but then the big thing is that was the first time, if I remember correctly, that was the first time a major character had been killed off like that, and it basically it took comics from like light and fun to like now they're not afraid to like be dark.
And Spider-Man too. Like
Yeah.
Spider-Man's always like everybody relates to him. And
Yeah.
Everybody loves him, and he's your neighborhood guy.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought this was like a spin-off, but no, you're
No,
talking
yeah,
about
it was
the
the-
arc where
it was
he
the
where
yeah.
she dies. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Did she die like how in Amazing Spider-Man she died with the web and it snapped her neck?
it's there's more of a question. There's more of a question to it because Green
okay.
Goblin throws her off the bridge, and Spider-Man goes to save her, and there's like a whole like you see like the snap thing on the page.
Eee.
but
you
then-
can just keep looking at it because it's a comic book.
Yeah.
You're like,
But then Green Goblin says something. He was like she was dead before she would have even hit the ground. So you're just like, wait, did Green Goblin kill her already? Like, did he already kill her?
yeah,
then just
or
throw him
was
over
he
to
trying
torture
to make
him?
you feel.
Yeah.
What if he was just trying to make Spider-Man feel better?
Right? He was just like,
Like,
it's okay, bro. You didn't kill her.
That was me. I'm sorry. He just
But
dang.
Diego has helped me out. That issue transitioned comics from the Bronze Age to the Silver Age.
And I'm guessing the Golden
Oh, wait,
Age.
or the other way around. Sorry, other way around. Flip it. Silver Age to the Bronze Age.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's pretty much, and that's why I like it. And I actually,
I mean, it moved.
you know the scene in the first Spider-Man movie where Green Goblin, he's fighting Green Goblin, and Green Goblin pushes like a button on his wrist, and then the glider comes at him.
Oh yeah.
That scene was actually in that scene comes from that storyline.
Really?
Because the
That must
issue
have been such a cool homage
Mhm.
to the people who.
because the issue after Gwen Stacy dies, it's like the big like he's like I'm gonna kill you pretty much. Like Spider-Man's just like he's he's just like uncaged and he's like no matter what like you're dying.
Kill you.
I'm gonna kill you. And like afterwards he gives this really cool monologue, which is odd in comics. But it's
Like, yeah, you're just reading a whole
Yeah.
page and it's like, oh wait, I have to fit a picture at the bottom.
Yeah.
Imagine a comic book strip and he just wants to get so much dialogue that
It's
it's
just-
the full page. It's all
Yeah.
text and in the corner.
it's just a
and
little
this
picture.
Spider-Man, he's like saying all this. It's like, bro, your monologue could have been
That
split
was-
up into multiple
Yeah.
panels. You didn't.
Yeah, but it's a really
What
cool
was it?
monologue
Yeah.
because he realizes.
No, you have it memorized. Go ahead.
Actually, I did it for an audition once.
Did you really?
Yeah, and but yeah, he's pretty much it's after he dies because it happens the same way. He tries to hit him with the
Yeah.
glider and he gets out of the way and it kills him. But he just pretty much he was like, dang, even though he's dead, like that won't bring her back. Like I don't feel anything. But
Yeah,
in reality,
Dang.
he realizes he was like, because I mean, do you
Two
know how?
major characters die.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But and you know how like the Joker will say like, oh Batman, you need me. That's
Yeah.
kind of where Spider-Man was with Green Goblin. He was like, oh man, even though like it was his arch nemesis, there's kind of like a level of camaraderie.
Yeah.
And he's like, dang, I lost two people that I kinda
yeah,
cared
that were
about.
they were like a
big
person
part
in
of-
my life.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like oh, you're a villain.
Yeah.
Dang, bro. Sad cast.
That
This is
hit
the start
me.
of the
This is the
sad
start of the
cast.
sad cast with the sad boys.
Yo, that's kind of really sad.
It's a really good book. I have it if you want to read it.
Oh, do you really?
Mhm. Also, it was the book I did all of my book reports on in high school.
Really?
Yeah, I just
And you got away with it?
rather than reread a book, I would just do it over that.
But it was a comic book. How did they allow that?
They said graphic novels were allowed.
Really? And you just you tricked them basically.
Yeah, I basically tricked them.
Interestingly,
But
one of
You
the
scared the hell out of me, Jack. Yeah, Jack's here.
Jack's
by the
also
way.
here behind us.
Jesus.
I'm just saying, one of the what ifs from before that you were talking about.
Uh-huh.
One of those is if he had saved Gwen Stacy from that fall.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I didn't know about that.
Did
I don't
you
know if
more
he said
about it?
anything about that.
No, but either way, that. So if, what? Well, I mean, what if the? Did you read anything about it?
No, that's
Green
just,
Goblin
it
would have been
just says that
alive.
One of them.
It
But
just
then
says
he
that
came
she'd
back.
be alive.
Yeah,
and
that's
then they
it.
break up.
It's a
later.
big monologue with a little Spider-Man in the corner.
At the end, Gwen Stacy just like ends up breaking up with him because
Yeah.
the pressure's too much.
Yeah.
So either way, he loses her.
He's
and
like,
he's
yo, my dad still
what
died.
the heck? Kind of wish you were dead, Gwen Stacy. It's easier than this breakup. Jeez.
This is so rough. I wish you were. I'm gonna kill you. Spider-Man ends up killing her at the
yeah,
end.
like oh, Green Goblin pushed you, and then I try to catch you with my web, and
and then I just
it was
snapped her
this whole
neck.
thing. It was just that's him explaining to the cops.
Yeah,
it was this whole crazy thing, and no, she didn't just
And they're
break up
like-
with me.
and they're like, "Wait, Spider-Man, why are there like fingerprints around her head and neck?"
What are you talking about?
Well, that was just
What?
What?
What? That's crazy. I
What?
thought she was in the water.
there were.
What? I'm pretty sure I put her in the water. Crazy.
That's
though.
insane.
Or
That's
I'm pretty sure
crazy.
I found her in the water. You know, the person who did this put her in the
Must have put her in the water and touched her head and neck.
and snapped them. He didn't even use his webs. He just straight up
Yeah.
no Spider-Man suit on.
Just
He is a person.
He
He is
killed her
Peter
as Peter Parker.
And then, oh my god, dude, we should
That'd be
write
brutal.
the next what if. What if Peter
What if-
Parker was
was a murderer.
was an absolute madman.
Bruh. But yeah, that's pretty
Let's end the
much-
podcast on that.
On-
on that, bruh.
on that bruh.
Bruh.
All right.
Whatever lo-fi
music
we have
starts
at the end of
playing.
it.
Guys, welcome. Thank you for listening to Juan and Nate nerd out for 30 minutes.
The freaking I don't know. Comic books just got mad interesting. I don't know much about it at all.
It's
So I just
super
love
interesting.
hearing about new stuff. That's the funny thing about Comic-Con too. Like
Mhm.
that's also the thing with K-pop. All these
Yeah.
things are different things. It's like basically, you know, it's like there's these little cults, but like not really cults, but just groups of fans, and then they get to go there and they
Yeah.
get to just all be the same intensity.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they all like comic books, obviously, and all that.
Yeah.
Or at least to a certain degree. They like something that's quote unquote nerd culture. I
Yeah.
don't really like the term, but either way, that kind of encompasses everything that goes on at Comic Con.
Yeah.
I have hella respect for people who can dress up that well too.
Right, dude. Those one takes so much time and are so expensive.
I couldn't make a cosplay costume.
Absolutely
I couldn't.
not.
I don't even know what character I'd look like to cosplay.
No,
as.
yeah, I could not do it. Yeah, those people are crazy talented.
Who would you try your hand at? Who would you impersonate?
I'd probably just like make a cop out and just do Spider-Man because you could just put a onesie on and
Yeah.
a mask and a ski
No cup.
mask. No cup.
Just walk around.
Did you think I would put a cup on?
I'll try my hand
With
at,
my blue Yeti I'm packing?
I'll try my hand at an obscure Jim Carrey's The Mask. They'll be like, this isn't really a movie.
Somebody stop
This isn't a movie con, and it's not in a video game or a movie Is there a movie coming up? And then I'm just like, I just really like
I love the
Jim
mask.
Carrey's The Mask, the trilogy. Is there a trilogy?
I think it's only 2.
I hope so. I mean, I remember them being good, but like okay, the thing with me and like movies that I loved.
Let's
as
get
a
into
kid-
why you like Jim Carrey's The Mask so much.
Okay, so it's out. Obviously, I have
Yeah.
to explain myself, but I just like just with movies in general. As a being a kid or whatever. Sorry, my bad. When you're a kid, you can. Diego's just showing us something.
Diego's ruining us. So I now take back my statement. I would wear a cup. I would wear a cup.
That's all you're gonna say. Okay, so being a kid, I remember these movies, but I remember that like I only really watched them when I was a kid, and like
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to rewatch some in case that I get my big head brain and I'm like, these are bad, like my
Oh.
adult brain, and like because sometimes you watch kids movies and be like, oh my gosh,
That was so good.
this was just like, wow, they made this
Yeah.
for adults, didn't they?
Yeah.
Something like that. But then some movies I know won't hold up,
Dude, I'll
and
say
I'm
it.
scared.
I'll say it. The Mask holds up. I've seen
Really?
it recently. The Mask holds up. I
This whole
actually.
time you've been.
Yeah, I've also been a closeted Mask
Guys.
fan. Guys, I also love Jim Carrey's The
Welcome
Mask.
back to the Mask Cast.
Yo!
Let's impersonate Jim Carrey for 2 hours.
We have something real special coming your way.
We've extended. That's what we've been working on.
Yeah,
Out of the many things we've been planning on doing, that's what we've been working on.
is the Mask Cast.
Well, the secret's out.
I'm
Mask
sorry.
Cast next week.
Yeah, Matt.
It's gonna not be episode 11. It's gonna be episode
Episode 1
one-
of Jim Carrey's The Mask Cast.
one mask.
One-
It's a separate podcast.
Yeah.
It's- our channel and our podcast is gonna take a real turn at like week 10. It's gonna start
Oh,
being
yeah.
like in lore wise, start being the difference between the Mask Cast and the podcast.
We're going to
And
be
then
two
just-
different people.
That's when it kind of shifts for us. The tide.
Was what the
That's when we gained all our followers.
Yeah.
And
They
we
were
want to go back to how we were.
They were like, "Have you
before the
seen-"
Mask Cast.
They were like, "Yo, have you seen this new like Mask podcast?"
And then like as a joke, like when we're million followers deep, daily
Yeah.
listeners, we want to cry for help, and we're just like, somebody stop us,
Yo,
please, somebody
that's
help us.
we
We
have-
can't stop making the Mask Cast.
we want to go back to big small boys.
People are thinking like, oh wow, that's just them being a duo. It's like it's a cry for help.
No, it's honestly, yeah, we just don't want to do this.
So,
Mask
episode
Cast.
300 of Mask Cast, when it's labeled "Somebody Stop Us," please.
Please, somebody stop.
We're
us.
not good. We want to go back to small
We
talk.
want to go back to small talk. We want to just play games, do funny videos, and make the small talk with the big boys. Not the Mask Cast.
Well, keep calm and
Keep calm and watch out for Cuban Pete, the king
Alright.
of a rumba beat.
That's a wrap.
We're
Tune
done.
in next week for Maskcast.
Episode 1. I'm telling you, 300.
I'm Juan Lopez.
I'm Nathaniel Klingon.
Peace.
Good night.